Wiry. Is that wire in the shop?
Yep.
Let's go over here then.
Right.
Let's go over here.
Yeah.
Driven. Yeah, just be careful.
Looks very automotive.
Okay, good. Hi guys, Chris from Peasant Garage. The footage you're about to see from the Fiat 500 is a little bit dark because it was before we put in the lighting and so forth, and we made some mistakes. But long story short, there's some usable footage in there. We've edited it for you. And basically what you're going to see is the dismantling of the Fiat. So we found that there was no oil pressure. So we went looking at the bottom end to see if there was any damage, was basically the thought process. So we went under there, we pulled off the oil pan, we took off the front of the car to access several things like exhaust components and the rest of it. We dropped pieces of the subframe, all to get to that oil pan. That oil pan's not fun on that car. There's studs that come down, nothing wants to clear, exhaust is in the way. It was a real pain. Yeah, that's what you're about to see today. So enjoy and let us know what you think. So I guess the next part for me will be to figure out those studs. So I'm going to try and lock the two 10 mils and see if we can get it to move. Well, that's great. That's just fantastic.
And how's all this looking?
Terrible. These studs apparently have to come out on this side. There, I just dropped another bolt. Perfect. So basically we're in the process of just trying to pull the studs out of the pan. And it's proving to be, there's two studs in the end, and then there's another 10 mil way up there somewhere. And the exhaust may have to come off. And if the exhaust manifold has to come off, the front bumper is likely to come off, which means that a lot's coming off, a lot more. So I'm hoping I can clearance it, but if I can't, we've only started with the crying. What's that back there? Is that oil? That looks like oil. I don't know where that came from. Interesting. Is that oil up here? Oh, that's oil up there. Alright, so just keep going. Yeah, I'm going to take off this oil pan and I'll see a hole in the back of the block where the problem actually is. Working on the ground. Let's go see if I can find a nut in the drawer of fasteners. Sponge.
I'll get there.
Well, I'm glad you're confident. I think it's a ridiculous arrangement.
Yeah, I don't know what Giovanni was thinking. We can upgrade. You two can make a car unserviceable.
Next time I want to reduce my price on a car, remind me about the time I was fucking rifling through all my nuts and bolts, okay? All I want to do is see. I don't understand how it would hold here. I'm curious to see why. Well,
that's the thing. What they should do is take a threaded rod, put a nut on the end, or even manufacture one that has a nut on the end. They could call it a bolt, a bilt, I don't know.
I mean, this thing was likely designed very close to the Vatican, so you want to feel what the designer was feeling. And the racing oil pan adds, on the A-bar, adds 2 more quarts of oil. Whoa! So that is a lot more oil. Like, I don't even know how that pan would fit in here. You'd think on the turbo they would have thought about it already, but I guess they didn't. Because again, who cares, right? You bought it. So
Too late.
Too late. Giuseppe already spent. I don't know how it's doing it. I don't understand. Guess I'll take this off and the hole I didn't see from the piston go into the backside of the engine. Then I'll be like, oh, okay, I get it. I understand now. Where? Oh, where?
Ah, there it is.
Not very peasanty. Now we're getting it. Now she's getting it.
Yeah, nice.
Well, I guess there was some thought to materials to make these studs come out, which kind of makes my day.
That's good.
Yeah, because at least it's coming apart.
Mm-hmm.
Could be far worse. You know, like the fastener that snapped on the back. In the back of your head, when that happens, because of salt and rust and the rest of it, you're kind of worried about it. But so in the back of your head, it sort of sticks there like, is this little 10 mil stud You know, like it's not even a 10 mil bolt, right? Like
Right.
the 10 mil bolt is going over the stud, which is tiny. So is that, how much material is that lost? Is that going to snap off from the bottom of the engine? Am I going to be drilling that and putting an extractor in here? You know. So guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, your Fiat oil pan is not, you know, like do-it-yourselfer. It's going to be closer to, it's like for a regular do-it-yourselfer home jobber in the driveway, this is going to be closer to a 7 or an 8. It's not a 10, but it's not any fun, you know, like, you know, if you're looking to unwind after a hard week at work, doing the oil pan on your Fiat 500 is not the thing you should be doing. I would say, you know, use a little bit of oil, a little bit of silicone in certain places to see what you can do about preventing it. A piece of cardboard on your driveway, if you're looking to unwind, you know, and not do this. This is, make sure you have a couple buddies, somebody to talk to, you know, maybe a beer, because it's not particularly comfortable. I could take the tire off and make this better and stuff, but really, ultimately, it's still, you know, you're still gonna fight it. So if you're gonna have a fight, what the hell? Make it count, you know?
I want to earn it.
Yeah. I'm a bit special, so. There we go, guys. We've got it out. Yay. Victory. Everything is coming out. We're turning on the other side. Of course we are. Of course we are. The wonders of working on the ground, you know. Let's just see if I tap it on there. So, let me know if you guys think I need a bigger hammer. All right, good. This seems to be. Oh, look at that! Wow. Wow.
Oh, Alessandro.
I want to take it off, but let's start taking the pan down and see what happens.
All right.
Because I don't know. They talk about pry points, and they're saying, oh, well, you can pry from the other side of the pan, you have a crankshaft. You can definitely see that, like, wow, she's like off on the back. Like it's off on the back, but something's holding it.
Automotive twister here.
Okay.
Oh, I see it moving, yeah.
Yeah, it's moving.
So that's an improvement of a sort.
Yeah. Something probably at the front again still that's holding us. Yeah, we're definitely stuck on the inspection plate. That's just not coming down. Guys over at Fiat, if you're going to build stuff like this, you know, you're going to have to, whoever buys the car, you're going to have to give them a pile of preppers.
This is ridiculous.
It is really, like, I mean, I don't know why they had to build it into the inspection cover. I still don't understand that.
It looks like it's rotating about a point here somehow. So either it's like vertically, because it's rotating there, and then
there's a bolt that what I was finding the other day is there's a bolt here, and it could be the head of the bolt that's sitting right on this bell housing. I still think we've got this in the way, and I think,
yeah.
Unfortunately, it's going to have to move. Now, I've seen guys undo this, but we got a flex pipe, so unfortunately, I think the exhaust manifold's coming off, which means the front of the car is coming off.
Huh.
With the exhaust out of the way, though, it might fall this way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Crap. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go, and the answer is nowhere.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem, is that you're still... I can't believe that they didn't make this more accessible. They didn't, though. So...
It's bad enough that you'd have to take off the exhaust to get to the oil pan, but that you have to take off the bumper to get to the exhaust.
Headlights.
Yeah.
All clips that... yeah, it's all coming off. And then we're still hoping that I'm going to find something in here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's to see if there's a problem.
Yeah. Well, it's a known issue, but...
Yeah.
There's a chance. There's a chance this might come off.
Well, would that help? Because you'd still have to go all the way up to the manifold, wouldn't you?
Oh, you're still... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just...
Oh, but yeah, you mean instead of doing the whole... Well, I don't know. I wouldn't discount Giuseppe yet.
No, I have a feeling the way this is looking that if I'm going to go through the trouble, I might as well undo these two.
Yep.
And then we're going to drop the front end off. And we're going to do the exhaust manifold. I don't know if we have to drop the front end or if we can just do the exhaust manifold. I guess we should start figuring that out.
Yep.
Because that's where we are. I'm pretty confident it's going to slide out now.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure if I put pressure down and this pipe wasn't here, because we're almost on it. Like we're very close. It's come down quite a bit. And this does look like some kind of dowel or bolt or something that was...
But yeah, it doesn't seem to want to go anywhere but down, so yeah, no getting around.
No.
Getting around the thing. Is this attached to the...
Yes.
Oh, so it's this wide, so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is that this pan was holding the oil pan on because it's bolted with one bolt on the back side and then held up here. Now, once you know that, yay. But when you don't know,
yeah,
and then to put it back in place in situ with this stupid bracket, the way they've built this, like it's pinching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why it's probably not moving down right now for us. But it will if this isn't here. You get a pry bar in here. This whole thing's like whoom, and just fall down. But it doesn't fall down because the frame is still in the way. So I still don't know if this front frame member is actually going to end up coming out in the end.
Jesus.
To clear the friggin' pan. It's very possible. But there's two bolts out of it already, and it's only screwed into the front bumper plate. Once this whole plastic piece comes off, you're there. It's just simple, you know. Like, so basically start by pulling the whole front of the car off. Just pull the front of the car off. It's easy. So, I don't know, if this has soured you from buying a Fiat 500, good, you know, more for me. So I guess we're gonna start going around and start taking stuff apart.
Yep.
Oh, look, there's corrosion in there.
Oh.
Gee, I wonder if that's a problem. Okay, so let's take a look.
Hey YouTube, Mark from Peasant Garage here. I bring you to the continuing saga of the idiotic Fiat 500 oil pan. I'll do that again.
Yeah.
Hey YouTube, Mark here from... God damn it.
Who said it working on Italian cars was a good idea? I don't know. Did I say that? Did I go fucking buy an Italian car and decide to start working on it? What the fuck is wrong with me?